Okay, let's go.
Come on, Joe, hit one out of here. Bring it again, Joe.
Get out of here. We put him in a gap. We put him in a real gap. Hey, let's go. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Let's play baseball. Let's play baseball. We attack. Let's play baseball. Yeah. Let's go. He put him in a gap, H. Yeah. Let's go away. We're going to beat on him. We're going to beat on him. That's the beginning.
Like Sparky Anderson said, that was the beginning of the 1976 World Series. It all really begins in October with the League Championship Series, which you must win to get into the World Series. Ninth inning, the Reds 2 runs down to the Phillies. George Foster hits a home run, and now they trail by only 1 run. It comes in the 3rd game. The Reds won the first 2 and only need 1 more win for a sweep of the pennant. Johnny Bench really wants that sweep. Ron Reed wants to prevent it. But Johnny Bench is going to get it. The back-to-back home runs set up the winning run. Moments later, Concepcion comes across with the winning run. The Reds are on their way to the World Series, playing red-hot baseball in October. In New York, Billy Martin and the Yankees had a pennant to win, too, but it didn't come as easily. A hot-hitting Chris Chandler steps up in the 9th of the 5th game. With only one thing on his mind, home run. Scores tied 6-6. Mark Littell of the Kansas City Royals against Chambliss. One swing, and there it is. And the Yankees are also on their way to the series. They're number 1 in their league. Now it's time to see who's number 1 in the world of baseball. It's October 1976, and the New York Yankees and the Cincinnati Reds meet in the opening game of the World Series in Reds country, Cincinnati's Riverfront Stadium, and the fans are here to see their Reds play baseball. Morgan put them ahead with a home run. The Yankees quickly tied it, but from the beginning, the Reds were putting the heat on the Yankee defense. Here's the first commercial. Perez, not the fastest runner on the club, tries to steal. Although he's out, he got the message across. 3rd inning, Dave Concepcion hits one in the gap. Watch him put the heat on the Yankee outfield as he digs for 3rd. And that's the kind of baseball they play in Reds country. Pete Rose brings him home with the sacrifice fly as the Reds move ahead. And they're still moving in the 6th. Ken Griffey bounces a double play ball to short. But watch Rose keep up the attack as he says hello to Willie Randolph in his first World Series. Griffey's on first, and now it's his turn. The race is on. While the heat moves on. Perez singles. But watch Griffey. He can't see. Look at his head. But his legs keep moving. He knows where he's going. He's heading home. Fix your hat, Ken. You got it. Don Gullett is on the mound. One on, nobody out.
Outfielder Mickey Rivers.
And you'll be watching what'll be a constant confrontation in this series. Pete Rose at third against Mickey Rivers, the man who has to ignite the Yankee attack. Look how close he's playing. Hard to tell if Mickey Rivers is talking to the umpire or Rose. Rose is challenging him. Rivers bunts. Good play by Gullett. Gets the force. That's intimidation. Billy Martin flashes the signs to Rivers. He's off. Bench shoots him out. Hello there. You stop Rivers from moving and you're stopping the Yankee attack. Play really hurt because a moment later, Roy White finds himself on second after an error by Geronimo. Munson is the batter. He lines a shot to right. Watch Griffey charge it. And watch Roy White make a U-turn. Martin's not happy. Blue Piniella, who scored the first Yankee run. It's a soft line drive. Morgan grabs it, and the Yankees, who had 4 base runners in this inning, come up empty in what could have been a very big inning. Morgan was there a couple of times to help Gullett. Made 2 big rally-breaking double plays. Watch this one. Morgan has it. Forces Chambliss out of the baseline. Fires the first. Double play. In the 7th, Gullett, with 2 men on, strikes out pinch hitter Otto Velez. All adds up to a beautiful afternoon of baseball for the fans of Riverfront. That is, except for one chilling moment. 8th inning. Gullett is struck down by something that has haunted this talented left-hander throughout his career. Injury.
What was it, huh? His ankle.
The loss of his ace is an uneasy moment for Sparky Anderson.
Get him in and ice it.
But as Gullett leaves to a hometown ovation, the Reds move on to take an easy 5-1 win. And after 3 straight league championship victories and this game today, the Reds are still hot in October. As the sun sets before Game 2, the first World Series game ever to be played on a Sunday night, the lights go on in Riverfront, and the big crowd sits back as it watches the introduction of the ball players. Don Gullett will not be in uniform for tonight's game or any of the other games in this series. He'll be missed, but the Reds figure they've got some other pitchers who can do the job. And one of them is Fred Norman, who is the starter for the Reds tonight. While the Yankees call on a man with the ice water in his veins, Catfish Hunter, whose record is 4-0 in World Series play. Bottom of the 2nd, and the people of Reds country want to see their team get moving. Dan Dreesen, who has found a new position in this power-packed lineup as a designated hitter, lines one up the alley in left center field. Watch third base coach George Scherger tell him that, hey, 2's enough, stay there. All right, George, I will, says Dreesen. George Foster, who led the major leagues in RBIs and is batting 6th in this Red Series lineup, lines a base hit to center field. Brings the fans to their feet, and it brings home Dreesen with the first run. Now Johnny Bench steps in. It's been a tough summer, but a hot autumn. But the Reds continue the track meet. Foster takes off. Munson's throw cuts him down, and that's a big out because the Catfish is having his problems getting loose. Bench drills one to the wall for another double. And there's nothing the Reds and those Reds fans love more than to see Johnny Bench return to his hitting form. Catfish is still having his troubles. He walks Geronimo, and now it's Concepcion. He keeps it alive with a nice, polite single, and it scores Bench. Geronimo goes to third. And they're hot in Reds country. Still only 1 out, and Catfish and the Yankees have to face some big problems. A couple of the Reds at the corners, Pete Rose at the plate. Catfish at least tries to keep him close. No way Concepcion's going to stay there. He takes off. Munson goes to third, and only a circus catch by Nettles prevents possibly 2 more runs from scoring. Rose walks. That loads the bases. The Catfish is in trouble. Ken Griffey is the batter. Concepcion at second. Geronimo's at third. Rose is at first. Griffey, short fly ball to center field, but watch Geronimo challenge Rivers. Geronimo wins the race. That's 3 in, 2 on, 2 out. Joe Morgan lifts a foul ball towards the stands. Munson takes off after it. Billy Martin wants to know if Munson got the ball or the wall got Munson. Munson gave him the answer. Yankees are down by 3 runs, but they still may make it a ball game. The game moves on at Riverfront. Yankees stop the Red attack. They score 1 in the 4th. They're set to move here in the 7th. Third base coach Dick Hauser flashes some signals to Stanley at the plate. Willie Randolph is on at first. Fred Norman, who has done a job on the mound, stretches. Yankees put the play on. There goes Randolph. Stanley smacks one into the corner in left field, and the move pays off as Randolph comes all the way around to score and make it 3-2. It's the kind of aggressive baseball that got the Yankees into the World Series, and Billy Martin is happy. Stanley is at second with a double, and now with 1 out, Roy White is up. He lines a single to left, but watch Foster charge the ball, fires home. Stanley is held at third. Bench calls timeout. Sparky is thinking, and he makes a pitching change. World Series veteran Jack Billingham comes in to pitch to a tough hitter, Thurm Munson. Munson hits a ground ball to the right side. That brings Stanley home with the tying run. The Yankees know they need this ball game. After the shaky start, Catfish and his guys really go after it. Catfish is only getting stronger as he comes down to the bottom of the 9th, and the score is still tied. He gets 2 quick outs, and then strike 1 on Ken Griffey. Strike 2, and it looks like extra innings. An off-balance throw, and suddenly everything is rearranged. Take another look. Griffey gets a lot of infield hits because of his great speed, and it's that speed that forces Stanley to make a hurried throw as he chose to go for the out. It was an aggressive choice by Stanley. But when you play aggressively, you're going to win some and lose some. And this one is scored a 2-base error. The Yanks decide to walk Morgan intentionally and pitch to one of the game's toughest RBI men, Tony Pérez. They say he can drive a run in from the clubhouse. And there it is. Here comes the winning run. 3 straight playoff games, 2 straight series games. Munson tells it all for the Yankees. While the Cincinnati Reds tell the world, we're still Reds hot. The Reds head for the clubhouse a happy bunch. The Yankees have only one thing to be happy about, that they're leaving the Reds country behind. They'll be going home, back home to the Bronx. The fans are back, and after a 12-year drought, the World Series is back home in the house that Ruth built and the city of New York rebuilt. Yankee Stadium, now hosting its 30th World Series in 55 years. Some things have changed, but much still remains. Monuments of past glories, and some faces of past glories. Scooter Phil Rizzuto, Monty Irvin of the New York Giants, Yogi Berra and Lefty Gomez. One thing that's new is the scoreboard, where a ball player can see what he did or didn't do a moment before. The Yankees would like to see themselves get back into this series, and they're hoping that man, Doc Ellis, a 17-game winner and a former National Leaguer, can help them stem the red tide. And a living monument, the Yankee Clipper, Joe DiMaggio, is the man to throw out the first ball. Now Mickey Rivers and the packed house at Yankee Stadium are anxious to get something going in the first. Rookie Pat Zachary is the starter. He warns Pete Rose to look for the bunt. Rose is in tight. Rivers checks him. Out! Still checking him. Rivers bunts. Zachary makes the play in time, but Rivers jars the ball loose, and this is what the Yankees have been looking for. Something to light the fuse. Whoops! Picked him off. Though it's only one out, the big crowd is silent because they came to see Rivers move on a base pass. Moments later, Billy Martin still can't believe what he just saw. He wants to ask umpire Billy Williams about Zachary's pitching motion.
Simple. When he comes stop, one time, another time he just comes and hits and goes right through. He's got to do one or the other. One's a ball.
I want to just say one thing.
Yeah.
This we allow. It is not a balk for us.
Why?
I think it's a balk. All he has to
Billy
do is
is
stop.
deceiving the runner. He's deceiving the
not
runner.
deceiving
The hell
anybody.
he isn't.
Who's he deceiving?
My runners, they're going to go on one or the other. They're going to go when he comes to a stop or he breaks halfway.
He's all right.
You mean you're going to allow that?
I'm going to allow
You
it.
can allow the break in his knee too when he throws to first base? Is that a balk?
As far as we're concerned,
All right.
no.
All right.
Okay?
All right.
All right, Billy loses another one, but it's just the beginning of a tough night for the Yankees. Top of the fifth, Rivers checks his man Rose. He's still there. This time Rivers hits a nice little parachute. Ball lands, doesn't even bend the grass. It's a good start because the Yankees need runs. After White walks, Morgan comes in to tell Zachary to be careful. He knows that. Munson's the batter. Munson's a guy who could hit a line drive on Christmas Eve. He hits a line drive, but it's right to Tony Pérez. Fires the second. Rivers is out. Rivers is having one of those nights. Double play, the end of a big inning. It wasn't Mickey Rivers' night, and it wasn't starter Doc Ellis' night either. Dan Dreesen hits a high chop, deflected by Ellis. Safe. There goes the runner. Munson can't find the handle. Foster plugs the gap. And look at Sugar, the busiest man in town. He's even busy when nobody's running. Over Chambliss' head. Randolph makes the play. No, he doesn't. Stanley goes down to one knee. Gets one over to first. Safe. Pitch out. They'll get him this time. No, they don't. Concepcion knocks in the third run. He's not even sure what he wants to do. The Yankees finally calm things down with a double play. Randolph staples Concepcion's finger to the ground. Injury is painful, but it's not serious. After the game, Davey said it was a tough way to get a manicure. While Concepcion knows how tough his job can get, here's the guy who says his job is too easy. Cincinnati's designated hitter, Dan Dreesen. He says all you do is sit around and drink coffee while you wait to swing the bat. So he had his coffee, now he swings the bat. And that makes it 4-0 Cincinnati. It's a lead the Yankees never catch, while the Reds, who didn't want to see this designated hitter rule in the series, are content to give Dreesen his coffee and every possible chance to swing the bat. Yankee reserve shortstop Jim Mason got only one chance to swing a bat in the series, but he made the most of it with a line drive home run in the seventh. It made the score 4-2. Mason had only one home run all year, and you can tell it, man. He's running the bases in overdrive. Watch him in the dugout. He's going to shake everybody's hand. It's a moment for Mason to remember, but a night the Yankees would rather forget. Their rallies are frustrated by Cincinnati pitching, while the Reds go on to wrap it up and make the final score 6-2, and a chance to go for a full October sweep in Game 4. The big crowd representing the 2 million the Yankees drew here is back as Game 4 is set to unfold. The U.S. Navy, celebrating its 201st anniversary, is on hand, and so is the former voice of the Yankees, Mal Allen. The voice of the national anthem is Seaman Robert Johnson, while the men in pinstripes are out to try and stop a Red October sweep. Pete Rose hands in the Cincinnati lineup. Yogi Berra, the Yankee lineup. The Yankees are going with one of their best pitchers, 19-game winner Ed Figueroa. And as always, Pete Rose is ready to start the action. And he gets it going in a hurry. A ground rule double. Ken Griffey, who missed winning the National League batting title on the last day, is the batter. Griffey hits a ground ball to Stanley. Fires to Nettles. They got Rose hung up. Rose turns coach and says, "Come on over, Ken." That's a mistake. Double play. And that takes care of a big inning. The Yankees playing alert, aggressive baseball. Not being afraid to make a mistake was the definition of aggressive baseball once given by manager Billy Martin. Yankees minimize the Reds' attack. Foster tries to steal. Cut down. Concepcion tries it. Out. And they make the big defensive play. With the runner at third, Griffey bounces to Randolph, gets his man. And that Yankee bench, look at it, says it all. Offensively, the Yankees are aggressive also, led by team captain Thurman Munson. While the Reds go on getting tougher for the Yankees, Munson gets tougher on the Reds. Starts with the first inning base hit off Gary Nolan. Chambliss lines a hit to left center field. Watch Munson. He never hesitates. He's coming all the way. Here's the throw. Not in time. Wherever the Reds looked in this game, Munson seemed to be there. On the field or at the plate. In the seventh, he finally chases Nolan out with his fourth hit in the game and sixth straight series hit, tying a record set over 50 years ago by Goose Goslin. This was a very tight ball game in the seventh, but all Sparky Anderson wanted to talk about was Thurman Munson.
Nice ball game. Go on in. Hell of a game. That's on a Gunkin flat hit now. He is really a good hitter. Woo, he's a good hitter.
Motherfucker hit, can he?
Oh, he can hit. He just stays right with the ball. He doesn't do anything. He just stays right there and keeps everything in and goes with the ball.
But it just shortens up when he gets two strikes. It's like that
Cardi.
Matlock.
Rico Cardi.
Go Matlock.
He can flat hit. That's on a Gunkin flat hit. He just stays right there and keeps everything in and goes with the ball.
What Sparky Anderson wanted to say was that Munson can flat hit. While the Reds talked about the Yankee catcher, the Yankees will be talking about Johnny Bench all winter long. As always, he was all over the field on defense, trying to catch everything in sight. He made a big play in the fourth. 2 on, Randolph set the bunt. Misses. Bench fires his second. Nettles is trapped. Rose tags him. Rallies over. While the Yankees defense the Reds running, Anderson said that the Reds did their job on the field And now it's up to others to consider whether this is one of the greatest teams of all time. They all earned their victory, but no one earned it more than the catcher Johnny Bench.
Play with these guys, and they've done the job all year. And then you're able to do something just, to make up for everything you haven't done all year. It's just a great inspiration for me. It's great for me.
The summer wasn't easy for him, but October was great. His .533 batting average, his power and overall field leadership earned him the series' most valuable player award. And that's all as it should be, because he's one of the best ever to play this game. The Reds sweep in October offers history a challenge, but history can also return the challenge. Consider the Yankees of Babe Ruth, who once swept 2 straight series and 12 straight series games in October. Or the Yankees of Joe DiMaggio, who won 4 straight World Series titles. And then consider the men in blue and white pinstripes like Yogi Berra and Billy Martin, who once won 5 straight World Championships. And if that's hard to believe, then as their manager Casey Stengel would say, you could look it up. And just recently, Reggie Jackson and the green-clad A's of Oakland celebrated 3 consecutive October championships. And now the Reds have come in October to win 7 straight games, 2 straight world titles. Time will wait to see how much farther they can go. But this year, they left no doubt that it was truly a Red October.